Hey, this is Sean Price with Price and Price Realtors with this week's market report for Vienna, Great Falls, and McLean, Virginia. So we've seen some significant activity over the last couple weeks as far as movement in the market. And you can see based on this graph, you can see the orange here. The orange is the total buyer activity. And buyer activity has stayed pretty steady for the last several weeks. It's kind of been up and down, but this level has stayed pretty steady. The market itself has kind of stayed in this level of activity as well. But what we're seeing is a significant drop in seller activity. So that drop in seller activity, what that's doing is, even though the market has slowed down from the spring, the market has slowed down, but it's still becoming a stronger and stronger seller's market. During this time here, we've been talking about we had a window for buyers, because what that was doing is it was allowing buyers to get into properties without multiple offers, without getting into the high bidding situations. There's still time for that. That window is still present. We're still seeing that the market, for the most part, people are still paying full price for properties, but they're able to get into the properties without having to bid against multiple competitors. But as inventory, if this trend continues, as inventory continues to decrease, then we're going to see that that competition is going to start increasing again. So the window, I don't know how long it's going to last. It may last another couple weeks, may not last another couple of months. It's really hard to tell. But what we're seeing on the absorption rate, this is how many properties are going off of the market versus how many properties are being purchased versus properties that are coming on the market. So for example, an absorption rate that follows this orange line is, if 100 properties came on the market, 100 properties would go off the market. Anything below the line means that 100 properties came on the market, less than 100 properties came off the market, and anything above the line is where you have 100 properties come on the market and more than 100 properties go off the market. So that's the absorption rate. And you can see this is the area where we were in the spring, and that you can see how high that absorption rate was. Well, you can see where we are now. We had a period where the absorption rate was pretty even, but we're starting to creep up, and that's because of that decreased seller activity. So the higher that absorption rate gets, the more competition there's going to be for properties. So this window is slowly starting to appear to close, but it's still there currently. Just need to be aware of that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, and if not, we will see you next week on the market report.